At long last, LR Majin Vegeta finally awakens tonight. So we will be taking a look at this unit's abilities, post-EZA, hidden potential, possible recommendations, team builds, and event breakdowns. So let's jump in. This unit got the EZA treatment on the 12th of August on JP. And it's just seemed like an eternity since we were even thinking about this guy. Because we thought about it for a while and then he kind of just was lost in the shuffle. Especially after we learned what he was capable of. This unit has improved quite a bit, but there are a couple portions of the unit's kit that are a little bit questionable. But unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with it. So let's take a look. This guy, post-EZA. I mean, look, dude, look at this. Look at what he did before. And look at what he does post-EZA. Literally, the passive alone overtakes the entire text before. Anyway, post-EZA. This Majin Vegeta is a 120% Ki plus 4 AGL type lead. Raises attack for 1 turn, causes Mega Colossal with a medium chance to stun. This unit is one of a few, 2 or 3 units that has the Mega Colossal damage multiplier on the 12 key and a Colossal damage multiplier on the 18 key. And both attacks have the common denominator, medium chance to stun, and raises attack for 1 turn. So a lot of damage potential is here from these attacks. Raises attack for 1 turn on the 18 key, causes colossal damage to all enemies with a medium chance to stun. So ideally, you want to be pushing for the 18 key because you want to be doing that AoE attack. Great for World Tournament, great for Super Battle Road. But the trick is, how do you execute an 18 key super when key has always been a question? The key is always the problem with this unit because there is no key built into his passive. Here, they changed that a little bit, but at a cost. Defense plus 150, which is good. Attack plus 180 when performing a super attack. Ki plus 2, here's the kicker. Reduces damage received by 20% when there's an ally whose name includes Bulma on the team. So here's the issue with this. While this is character specific and it makes sense in terms of the moment, it's kind of inconvenient because that defense or that damage reduction of 20% is actually quite useful for a unit that's boasting primarily offensive stats and only a 150% defensive rating here. I mean, it's not a rating, but like, you know, defense plus 150%. This is good, but still, any and all ways to protect ourselves even more defensively is going to be nice. Pulling off this, it's going to be kind of hard to do because if we take a look, these are all the Bulmas that I have in the game currently. There are only a handful of options that actually work. Obviously, the Vegeta Bulma slap unit would work because Vegeta's family, but ideally, you wouldn't want to be running this guy because it's a joined forces between a Pure Saiyan and an Earthling. The links suffer and the categories suffer, so it makes for a little bit tougher of a situation in terms of team building and cohesion. There is, of course, the free-to-play version of this, which is AGL, so the type is the same, but obviously the unit is a lot weaker. And then you could also run the LR Goku Bulma. This is still Bulma, not the Bulma that Vegeta meets, per se, but still the unit works because if you have the Majin Vegeta run as the lead, you could throw this unit on. And this unit is really good, especially since this unit also has an EZA from our last Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road series. But honestly, above all of them, the best Bulma currently in the game would be the physical Bulma Youth. Unfortunately, don't expect any links to activate because it's just not going to happen. Unless you're running an all-types team, in which case it would maybe work, but you got to have the right units to link up with the Bulma. So that's the first part of the passive. The second part of the passive is Ki plus 2 plus an additional attack and defense plus 20 when there's an ally whose name includes Trunks' kid on the team. So here, again, you gotta have Goku or Vegeta's family or an all-types team in order to fit both Trunks and Bulma. And like I said, it's specific to the character, right? Literally in the card art, you can see he's kind of saying his goodbye right before the final explosion. He thinks about Bulma, Trunks, and yes, even you, Kakarot, right? So it all makes sense. It's just unfortunate that it kind of punishes the unit for being very specific or paying homage to the moment. So if you want to be getting attack and defense plus 20 and reduce damage received by 20% on top of that, which would be very nice, you're going to have to compromise your team significantly. Finally, Ki plus 2, chance of performing critical hit plus 20% when there's an ally who's attacking in the same turn or an enemy whose name includes Goku, not Captain Ginyu Jr. or Youth. So you got to be fighting a Goku or you're going to be fighting alongside a Goku to have a critical hit plus 20%, which is insane. That is a critical hit plus 4 in your hidden potential system, which means you might want to lean into other avenues of hidden potential building with that in mind. On top of that, Ki plus 12 and performs a critical hit when HP is 30% or less. That's a guarantee once only. So how do you build this unit? In terms of team building, it's going to be tough. Trying to use Bulma and Trunks on the same team for those extra stats and damage reduction would be enticing, but there's actually a nice way around this to an extent that could help and save your life, and it's all thanks to the critical hit ratio booster that we get here with the Goku. So let's actually jump over to my game now, and let's take a look at my Majin Vegeta. Let's find LRAGL Majin Vegeta, and let's take a look at his build. So how I've built this guy is full dodge, or sorry, full additional and the balanced dodge, including skill orbs. The reason why is because I am putting an emphasis on the medium chance to stun, while also giving this unit an out defensively if that damage reduction isn't going to happen, which for my team builds, it simply won't be. I don't really want to be putting a Bulma on the team and sacrificing the synergy of the rest of the units. So I am focusing solely on additionals and dodge, and I'm leaving the critical hit portion to the possibility where I'm below 30% health, or if I have a Goku as an enemy or as a Goku on the team on the same turn. So I guess if anything, if there is a little bit of adjustment that you can make, is to throw in a couple points for a critical hit ratio. That way when you're not fighting a Goku, you could still have a chance at one. But for me, I simply am more focused on keeping the unit good at what it's capable of, and not really trying to make it an all-around Renaissance unit. So let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with this build. I feel like you could go a little bit in the ways of critical just to have a chance for a critical on any attack. But for the most part, I want to have that dodge because I just don't like the fact that I have to throw on a Bulma to get this reduced damage. It's just stupid. But it makes sense. So that's it for the unit's build. Now let's take a look at the event itself. This is the Extreme Z Battle for an LR. So things are a little bit different. The events are more stacked and more compressed and more challenging. Each escalated turn, they get more difficult, but you get 3 Dragon Stones per completion. You got to clear all 10 stages to get all the necessary medals to awaken the unit, and along the way, you will be gaining Kais as well. The weakness, the Legendary Power Link. You have to have LRs with the Legendary Power Link active, so they have to be linking together to actually use that link. You can't have one LR and use that, because the Legendary Power Link wouldn't be active. You have to have 2. And Super Saiyan 2 is the category that will protect you from lethal damage. So that is the setup. You got to bring LRs to beat an LR to awaken an LR. So let's scroll down here and take a look. Since he's AGL, obviously the type you want to be going for is Tech, but it's a little bit tough. So let me show you a couple of the teams that I came up with here. But before I do, this is Super Saiyan 2. Not so hot in the leader department. We only have one Super Saiyan 2 lead at the moment, and that is the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. If you guys have this unit, which most of you should, at least the veteran players, might have pulled him during your step-ups. If you're a new player and you simply don't have this unit, I do have one suggestion for an alternate team build. You can derive other teams from it, you know, but I still wanted to show at least one option. So let's actually jump back into the game and let me show you which teams I have here. The alternate, we'll start with that. You could run a full Kamehameha team. That way, you could have the AGL Gohan link up with the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. They're different names, and they both fit under Kamehameha, so they will be your main source of damage. You could have a transforming Goku also be a damage dealer to an extent, but primarily a protector, because he also has a damage reduction, and since you're fighting against an extreme unit, he will gain extra stats. He could also function as your lead, so if you wanted to throw him on another team, you could also do that. And then I just throw on a bunch of other Super Saiyan 2s. This guy has type advantage. This Gohan can dodge after a certain number of attacks, plus he's a great support. And I brought the Super Saiyan 2 into Super Saiyan 3 because why not? So that's one possible team. You could go full tech if you want. Unfortunately, if you do that, you are kind of posing a problem in terms of your LR department because you're not exactly getting too many offensive units here. So if you're going to be going full tech, you got to prepare for some questionable damage. But you could do that with the Majin Vegeta as the lead. Everybody here is on Super Saiyan 2, and that is why we're looking at this very unusual grouping of units. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to challenge yourself, you could try it. But the obvious one would just be throwing a bunch of LRs on Super Saiyan 2, right? So I would have double Majin Vegeta as the lead, which means Ki plus 3, 170% across the board, which is really nice for all Super Saiyan 2s. And then I just got all of the LRs that I could possibly have that are all Super Saiyan 2s. Kale and Cauliflower is going to be great for this because you're fighting a pure Saiyan, so you're going to be launching multiple supers, gaining that defense very, very fast. So probably the underrated MVP or the underdog, or I don't know, the promising candidate to claim the MVP would be the KFC for this event. Also, this Super Saiyan 2 movie Gohan is great. And also this guy with his EZA, he's going to be dealing a lot of damage. This guy's a nuke specialist. So he's going to be fantastic. So let me know in the comments what team you guys put together for this event. Hopefully, if you guys have that Majin Vegeta leader skill, you're going to be fine. If you don't, there are other options, so don't worry. Now let's jump back in and take one last look at everything. You will be getting 30 Dragon Stones for the event, because every single stage counts as 3. You're running through 10, so that's 30. You're going to be getting a whole rainbow set of orbs, and you're also going to be getting 45 medals, 5 Kais, all the pieces that you need to fully max out the unit post EZA. You're also going to be getting an extra 3 stones for clearing stage 7-1, so it's actually 33 stones. So there you have it, folks. That is the overall build. He will be dropping tonight, along with Chain Battle. Yes, Chain Battle, our favorite event, is back. So I will be doing a video with Goresh on that. So look forward to all of that in the coming hours. Or if you're already watching this afterwards, hello, what's the future like? Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments what team you guys are going to be running for this Majin Vegeta EZA. And what do you think about the unit post-EZA? Do you like the fact that Bulma is in the passive? Do you feel it's more important to pay homage to the unit's moments? Or do you feel it's more important to design the unit well? I think that the Bulma is a bit of a hindrance, but there are ways around it. So what do you think about my hidden potential suggestions? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.